Hey there! Have you ever heard the term log loss tossed around in machine learning circles and thought, wait, what does that actually mean? Don't worry, you're definitely not alone. Today, I'm going to break down log loss, also known as cross-entropy loss, and show you why it matters so much when evaluating classification models, especially those that output probabilities. Alright, let's dive in. Imagine you've just built a model to predict whether an email is spam or not. Instead of just giving a flat yes or no, your model outputs a probability, say 80% chance it's spam. That's great, but how do you know if your model's actually good at this? That's where log loss comes in. Log loss gives you a way to measure how well your model's predicted probabilities match the actual outcomes. The trick is, it doesn't just care if you got the answer right or wrong, it cares about how confident you were in those answers. Here's the formula for a single prediction. Log loss equals negative, open bracket, y times log of p, plus 1 minus y times log of 1 minus p, close bracket. Okay, that sounds like a lot of math, but here's what it means. If the actual answer is 1, like the email really is spam and your model predicted a high probability, say 0.9, your log loss is super small. That's a win. But if your model was only 10% confident it was spam, your log loss shoots up. Ouch! Flip it around. If the actual answer is 0, meaning the email isn't spam and your model predicts a low probability, you get a tiny log loss. But if it's really confident in the wrong direction, the penalty is huge. Here's why that's awesome. Log loss punishes models that are confidently wrong much more than those that are just a little bit off. Imagine you're 99% sure an email is spam, but it's actually not. Log loss is going to smack your model with a big penalty. If you were only 51% sure, the penalty is much smaller. This makes log loss a super useful metric, especially for models that are supposed to output probabilities. Unlike accuracy, which only cares if you cross the 50% line, log loss pays attention to just how close your predictions are to the real thing. And there's more. Log loss is what we call a differentiable function. That's a fancy way of saying you can use it to actually train your models, because algorithms can tweak their parameters to make log loss smaller and smaller, getting your predictions closer and closer to reality. So, next time you see a log loss score, remember, the lower, the better. It means your model is not just guessing the right answer, but also being honest about how sure it is. And in the world of machine learning, that's everything. Thanks for hanging out. If you learned something new, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.